We're here at Silverstone for the Shell Racing Solutions Radical Masters, combined with the final of the Competition Car Insurance Radical UK Cup. There are an amazing 50 cars out on the grid today, making it the largest grid ever for Radical in the UK. It promises to be an incredible day's racing. With the overall winners of the UK Cup race yesterday, you gained enough points to win overall. So how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, no, it's really good to wrap the championship up for Ross a race early today. We've got no pressure, so we're just going for the win. And to seal it with a win yesterday was really quite special.
Excellent. And how about you, Ross?
Yeah, just really pleased that the pressure's off a little bit for today. Our closest rivals had a few problems, so yeah, it was just a case of finishing yesterday.
Can you tell us a bit about the sponsors that you have and how they're going to help you going forward?
Yeah, we've got Pelotti on the car that are sort of working up towards for something next year. And we've got Fashion Systems, which is a fantastic clothing company. It's been a personal sponsor of mine for a number of years. And Sword Services as well. They're a lot of help over the years for me and continuing through the future as well.
So Roger, this is the first time that Radical's been at the new Silverstone track, and as their Works SR8 driver, can you tell me a little bit about how the new track's worked out for you?
The new track's an awesome development from what it used to be. You know, there was a little part of the track which was, you know, a bit mixed, but now it's really flat out, and you have to work very hard to get, you know, a really good lap time. And there's here precious tenths to be had, but you have to work to find them.
Okay, fantastic. Well, can you show us through this lap, please?
Gladly so, yeah. I'm trying to look for a clear space on the track, so I'm trying to pass this car and keep good momentum. So you'll see me coming out of Woodcut here. It's a very tight bend here, and then just going through the gears, coming out in second, and then quickly up into third. There's the revs, and past this guy, and then we're looking out to get a clear lap, clear run through. It's a very fast straight, very late on the brakes here, and just really a dab, and then throw it right. This is called Cops. It's a great epic bend. This is really good fun.
So how fast are you going into that bend?
I think it's about 150 there, so you're not hanging around. And the very famous Maggots and Beckett's complex with that's Beckett's just gone through there, and now we're on to this is kind of coming into Chapel here. Again, down a second, usually a third gear bend there, and looking to use all the exit here and to keep the car as straight as possible. This huge long run down the Hanger Straight, which is, you know, you're really not hanging around. You can see even on this isn't a flat out qualifying lap, 156 on the bend and turned into Stowe. Stowe is third or fourth gear, and I've taken fourth there. I've got good tyres. Again, use lots of exit, and then fast and very late on the brakes into a second gear chicane. Now we're on the new part. You can see we've come onto the new tarmac here. We've got a very sharp right-hand bend here. Again, use all the exits. See right onto the outside of the track there. And here we go on this. Here we're now into the new pits on the right-hand side. And very fast right-hander. I've missed the apex, so I'm not best pleased myself. Hard left and with no option of where to brake. It's a blind brake, hard brake, and then a sharp right-hand turn. We need to make this apex. Keep it out wide. Second gear here. Throw it into this left-hander, and here we're going to start. And now we're going to start going. Really, we're going to come onto what's part of the national circuit, the Wellington Straight, and again you're flat out. We've got a car in the way. I'm looking to pass that before I turn in. This is again a very fast, quick turn in at Brooklands. Third gear. Looking to really just skim the apex there, and although I'm going to take this quite tight, often you drift wide and then come back in. I've decided there's a guy who's taken my eye off the ball. He's had the car sideways, and again all the exit. So again back up through the gears, and we're through to the start-finish straight again, and there's the finish line.
The human fingertip can sense a 1 degree fluctuation in temperature. It is sensitive to 40 microns, the diameter of a human hair. It can feel minute changes in surface texture and pressure of 0.09 bar. It can also feel the road.
Thanks for joining us, Mickey. You're working for Dunlop and here at Radical as well. How long have you guys been working together?
I think the association goes back now 10 years, when we had the first initial conversation and the crazy people up at Peterborough come up with this idea. And it's been a lot of hard work over the years, keep developing the cars, and then you've seen over the years the different models and different how fast these cars have been getting. So over the years we've been able to keep developing, keep working very close with them, and it's paying fruition now with good racing and big grids.
Absolutely. And how have the tyres changed over the years to modify for the cars?
It's changed a lot. From the first sizes we did, none of them tyres exist. We've had to change compound 3 times, we've had to change construction 4 times. As the cars develop, they've got bigger engines, the V8s, the LMs, so we've had to change with them. They never really give us much time to develop. It's like we need it now, but that's the Radical way. But yeah, it's good. It's been a good partnership. Really like working with them.
Excellent. And what have you found that has been the main change in terms of what you've done to the tyres?
Because of the speed of the cars now and the downforce these are creating, you got to remember these cars are very quick. They are very quick, and they cause a lot of downforce, and which downforce creates a lot of stress on the tyres. So over the years, we've had to really put a lot of safety margin into the tyres, really work closely with them, do a lot of machine testing, learn about the tyres, and put a lot of safety into them. You got to remember these cars are not a million miles off LMP2 tyres. It's quite frightening, really. Obviously, the club series, the Great and British package, we work closely and we're a main sponsor of that. Radical on there. But when they go and do their own races in Europe, we're following them all over Europe, world, and I think it's finishing off in Dubai at the end of this year, where we'll be there with them, enjoying the sunshine, hopefully.
And where are the tyres made? Where are you based?
All made in Birmingham, where all the best things come from.
I'm here with Andrea Fausti and his co-driver from the SR3 series, and we just want to say congratulations, well done for winning yesterday. How was the race for you?
Thank you very much for the congratulations, and yesterday it was a very hard race. We start very good from the pole position that Marco had to do, and then we had only some problem with the other driver, but we win very well.
Colin, you came second yesterday, so congratulations. How are you feeling about the race yesterday?
Yeah, good race, 50 odd cars in the grid I believe, so it was pretty hectic, pretty busy the first 2 or 3 laps, and good circuit to be on, quite open, a lot of runoff, so it wasn't too bad. Second, yeah, been second to the Talmage most of this year, only managed to beat them in Spa once, so second race I'm going to have a go.
Okay, so Terence, thanks very much for joining us today, and congratulations on your win yesterday. How are you feeling about the race yesterday?
Well, it was quite eventful. You know, you make all best plans and preparation, and then we get to the start of the race and the car wouldn't start on the grid. Well, he should have been starting third, but he literally started from pit lane, so when he went out he was like 51st, or I think there were 50 cars on the grid or 51, and so he battled his way up through 45 cars. When he brought the car into me, I went out in 5th, and it's my job to try and get it to the front.
Can you tell us a little bit about the car, if that's all right? I see you've got quite a lot of sponsors on there, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the team's lead sponsor is Track, and they've been with us now for 3 years, which is fantastic. We had a lot of their guests there yesterday and a few again today. We're also sponsored by N2O and Delta, who again have supported us for many years, 5 years, both of them actually, so we're very grateful for their support.
And so who's first on the track today?
I am.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll speak to you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Terence.
Well, we've all been racing, all the founders were racing for years here, and I seem to be the one that continued it on, and then my son became 16 and he can get a race licence there. He can't drive on the road, but he can have a race licence, so he started earlier this year.
And who would you say is the best driver between you and your son?
He is going to be.
How are you feeling about the race today?
Well, it all sort of boils down to today. After a long season, we're racing for runners-up spot. So it can be won or lost today. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of nerves, but we did well yesterday. It's a massive grid, so much can happen out there. 45-minute race, safety cars, pit stops, it's all going to happen. My words to my teammate Roger as well, we'll just roll the dice.
oil down at Cup, so just go offline on the inside.
Did you pass the pit open board?
Yeah, it's over on the left-hand side. It's on the racing line.
Did you pass the pit open board?
Yes, I did.
How did that first half go?
Brilliant, to be honest. The car was fantastic, considering all the work the guys did to it overnight. The car was great, and I think I was just sort of holding second, and then a load of oil went down.
Yeah, I heard you saying that to your teammates. So what happened there?
Well, as I got there, I hit the brakes and just nothing happened. So I carried on at about 150 miles an hour towards Northampton, but managed to come back onto the circuit and you know, get back into the race.
It's a very hard stint. It got particularly difficult. We had one safety car which really put the mockers on things, and then somebody decides to put a load of oil on the track. What are they thinking about?
How did that go then?
Oh, really good, yeah. Really enjoyed that one, yeah, definitely.
Excellent. And how are you in terms of position now?
I think we came out first in class because we did another lap in the pits, but we'll see how that goes out.
Excellent. And did you have any problems with the incident at the start and the oil on the track?
I just about missed both of them, actually. It was quite skatey with the oil, but just about got around it.
My first event too. I've never driven an SR8 before.
Oh, okay.
Very exciting, really brilliant cars, and the whole series is fantastic. It's the guys are very friendly, the competitors, the organisers are great, and there are a lot of very, very quick drivers out there. It's incredibly competitive.
Well, everything seems to have changed there on the last lap. Car number 88 is the winner. We're going to wait and see who comes out there on the podium, and the cars are driving back in right now. It's all changed there.
It was a tough stint because I went out in third, obviously, and Jamie, who's in front of me, is in an LM car which has about 80 horsepower more than us, I think. So I was quicker, but I got the speed in all the wrong places. I can catch right up with him on the bends, but then on the straight, because he's got the power, made it hard to overtake. I got stuck with the back markers, and then when the two front runners got battling, I just managed to nip through. And then Jamie, unfortunately, a car had spun on the exit of Cops. Jamie clipped them, and I just missed it, went through the debris. I thought I was going to pick up a puncher, but held on for the last lap, so great result.
Amazing, congratulations, and taking advantage of a good opportunity there. Well done.
Exactly, yeah, a bit of luck on our side, but you've got to take it when it's there.
Absolutely, so. Well done.
Alright guys, do you want to head up to the stairs there, to the podium?
Joe Bradley, plenty for you to find out about with last lap dramas at the head of the overall picture. And yeah, thanks Joe. My third place trophies are about to be presented to, again, car number 7, John Stanley.
What shape again?
Do you want to take the thing? That's a guy again. Little superstars.
Thank you very
Well, what a fantastic day's racing we've seen here today at Silverstone. We hope that we've given you a great insight into the paddock, the pit lane, also talking to some of the drivers, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Thanks very much for watching.